The New England Patriots get some hopeful news. Let's talk about it. My name is Aaron. This is Sports Talk Patriots on the daily, pushing out that content to people just like you who can't get enough Patriots football. So do me a favor, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, lock button. No, don't hit the lock button. Hit that like button and comment below. So today what we're going to be talking about, a big return for the Patriots, and the Patriots very hopeful, and I think as a fan base we need to be as well. We're going to talk about a little bit of a preview to the Miami Dolphins game down at Hard Rock Stadium. As well, one of my favorite things to talk about because it's always positive, we're going to talk some Drake May. So let's jump right into it. Now, I want to say this. A lot of people have been very negative on Cole Strange, me being one of them for sure. But I think returning from his injury, especially being in a rebuild, he needs to be given a chance. And I think he's shown times that he has potential. Sure, you would like to have seen it earlier in his career, but I think he still has opportunities where he can show, again, probably not going to be a Pro Bowler, not going to go out there and be an all-pro, but someone who can start week in, week out and just play. And I truly, truly, truly believe he's coming in off the IR, showing people, wanting to show people, I can do this. And he wants to prove this organization as well. He wants to prove to the fan base that he has what it takes to start on this line and be a good contributor to this offense. Now, I know a lot of you are probably already going to the keyboard saying he should be gone, he wasn't a good pick. Sure, I understand that. But we have to come to the realization he's on the team, and you got to give him a chance. Now, I think Gerard Mayo did a good job. He said he was excited for the 2022 first rounder out of UTC. Fun fact, lived in Chattanooga for a little bit. Actually, had some student teachers from UTC. I know you don't care, but I'm going to throw that out there anyway. So he said excited not only for him to get back there, but just understanding the journey that he's taken even to this point. Oftentimes those things are overlooked, but it is a journey anytime you're coming back from injury, which I know the feeling. It's not a straight line in getting back into the way you used to play. It takes time, and I will say getting used to play, we know Christian Barmore actually has taken some practice off. Again, he's being eased in there, so totally understandable. Get that. It takes a long time going through rehab and all those things. It's been a long year for Cole, but excited to have him out there. So again, I think Mayo, optimistic. I would assume AVP, optimistic. I would think this franchise, optimistic. And I think as a fan base, that's how we need to take it. Going in saying, hey, listen, this offensive line has been all over the place. It's been in shambles. At times it's proven that, hey, it can do all right. And then there's other times that they look like a complete dumpster fire. So bringing Cole Strange in there, again, you have Layden Robinson who's playing guard. Mike Nwenu, he's solid. He's there. Michael Jordan, ever since he's left the Bulls and came and played for the New England Patriots, honestly, he's done a great job. Sidy Sow, I believe, is almost taking a step back. I wouldn't mind seeing him in there. And now he's actually going to be getting some extra work at center, which I think is going to be good. I know that we look at, let's take a look quick at this. Ben Brown, someone who is picked up kind of random, has really taken off ever since David Andrews was out for the rest of the year, possibly retiring, who knows. But, this offensive line, if you can get someone in there with experience, take out someone like Layden Robinson, put him in there at that right guard, I honestly don't think it would be awful. And again, I'm trying to be, anyone who watches this channel knows I am glass half full type mentality. I look for the best out of people, and I think you have Lowe, he's back from injury. Michael Jordan has been playing bad. Ben Brown has shown he's serviceable at center. Layden Robinson is still young a lot, but has potential. Mike Nwenu, he's just a dog. He's anchoring that line. So you get someone in like Cole Strange in there. I'm not saying he's going to be perfect starting out. He's probably not going to be getting back to that playing shape, but we got to give him a chance. So comment below. Tell me what you think. You excited to have him back? I know there'll probably be some negative people out there, but again, I think he needs to be given an opportunity. That's all. And as a fan base where we know we're not making the playoffs this year, it's not looking rough, it's an easy opportunity for him to come in and hopefully be a leader on this offensive line and show, hey, he still has what it takes. And listen, regardless if you like him or not, that face guard he has, the down the middle, it's so BA. It's legit. That being said, we're going to jump into Miami Dolphins Patriots game. So this was the game earlier this year. Kind of frustrating, especially that they were starting Tyler Huntley. We were starting Jacoby Brissett. I firmly believe this is a game, if the Patriots would have had Drake May starting, I think they could have won this game. And Jacoby Brissett just not putting up crazy stats. Not saying you need to. Obviously, they're right in the game. But again, you got to be throwing for more than 160 yards, averaging more than 4.7 yards a pass, for goodness sakes. Ramondre Stevenson had a great game. I feel like he should have been given the ball more. And ultimately, the Dolphins came back. They won in the fourth, and it was frustrating. Now, the one thing I do remember that I liked about this game was Demario Douglas got the ball a lot more, which was great. What's going to be dangerous now is you have Tua back on the squad for the Dolphins. It's in Miami. Tua is 7-0 against the Patriots, and the Patriots offensively have a ton of weapons. And I honestly, granted, you had Tua go out, you had all these other issues, but you look at this team, and they have a lot of high caliber players. And so it makes me nervous. The defense, though, think about the time they played the Bears. Granted, the Bears' offensive line was rough. They held their own. They did great defensively. It was probably their best defensive game all year. If they could play something comparable to that against the Dolphins, they could win this game. Again, it will be much harder with a veteran out there like Tua, and having you worry about multiple players on the offensive side of the ball. If it's not Hill, it's potentially Waddle. And so it's tough, and so it'll be interesting to watch this game. But again, I think this is a winnable game for the Patriots. The Dolphins aren't going to roll over easy, especially playing a home game, and I feel like a lot of them are probably going in thinking this is going to be an easy win, and so I think it's going to be interesting. I think it'll be a good game. If anyone watches this channel, if you've seen this before, you know that the day before I talk about predictions, odds, all these different things. But just a little preview, kind of looking back at the last game. Again, I think it'll be much different for the Patriots having Drake May, that offense turning a little more for them. But it is going to be difficult with Tua back in the saddle for them. Last but not least, Patriots quarterback Drake May. Though they are 3-8, and heading for a top 5, top 3 pick, who knows? Drake May has actually performed very well in his starts. So on the year, May is 66.8% completing percentage for his passing. That's 15th among quarterbacks. He has almost 1,300 yards, just under 1,300 yards, 9 touchdowns, 6 picks. And then rushing, he has 260 yards and a touchdown. One very interesting stat that I think is very underrated that people don't talk about is his off-target percentage, which ranks right now as first in the NFL. Now, he's probably towards that minimum threshold when people are looking at that stat and really taking it in, because obviously he has played less than a lot of other quarterbacks, but still, besides the fact, he does not miss often. We do know, watching him, that sometimes he misses when it comes to his interceptions, and there's been some that luckily the defenders have not caught this year. But I think that is an incredibly interesting stat, and moving forward, that is good to know that he is on target, he is precise, and he is great at hitting his receivers. We look at the last game, Kayshon Boutte, he had a drop pass that was right in his hands. We've seen that with Polk and other wide receivers. So Drake May, he has a cannon, and he can get it in and hit those numbers, hit those hands. Now, I do want to say, and a lot of this praise too, which is really interesting in this article, is coming from Sean McVay. Which Sean McVay, great coach, young guy. I think it's, again, high praise from another big-time person in the NFL, big-time head coach who's won a Super Bowl. Hey, this guy has what it takes, and that is only good in this rebuild moving forward. I do also want to address, though, looking into Joe Milton in that off-target completion percentage. You look again at his time, his biggest issue was, sure, he had a strong arm, sure, he was athletic, but we need to remember the fact that his off-target percentage was very high. He missed a lot of open passes, a lot of targets. And so, yes, he might be athletic, And again, he maybe could get developed under AVP in this franchise. But again, he is not better than Drake May. And I've seen a lot of people say, well, what about Joe Milton? What about him? What about him? I don't see it. Watching him in college, yes, he's an athletic freak. When he came out of high school, he was an athletic freak. He was a 5-star. But again, I don't see it working out. Again, he could potentially be a solid second-string quarterback in his career in the NFL. And if that's the case, maybe, again, I've said this before, he gets an opportunity to start due to injury, heaven forbid. But maybe he can prove himself. Who knows? But again, just my thoughts. So comment below. Tell me what you guys think about the video today. Anything you want to just talk about, shoot that below. Hit that subscribe button on the way out. We'll talk later. Peace.